What's going on YouTube? Super Insane 18 here, and today I am bringing you a updated Prank Kids deck profile. This is going to be the last of the little bit of a Prank Kids kick that I've had on this channel, but after showing you guys some more combos, I do want to show you the upgraded deck, so let's go ahead and jump on in. Alright, so we are just going to power through this. We are playing 3 copies of each kid, so we have 3 Fansies, 3 Dropsies, 3 Lampsies, and 3 Roxies. This is just to maximize out on the ability to perform the one-card combo, because any one kid does get you full combo in this deck, so we do want to make sure that we see them. Then we have 3 copies of Parallel Exceed. This is just a very good card for chain blocking if you only have that one kid, because obviously that one kid getting ashed is very, very important. I said that in my How to Beat video, so this will kind of prevent that from happening. And then finishing up the monsters, we just have a lineup of hand traps with 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Ash Blossom, and 3 Ghost Bell. These are just the hand traps that I think are best suited for the format with all of the top decks that are currently running rampant. So there you have it. Moving on to our one of spells, we have a Called by the Grave, just to stop the hand traps that your opponent might have for you, an Instant Fusion, which I showed you the Instant Fusion combos in the last video, and a Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn can be pretty cool because it will also let you kind of chain block. If you have a kid and Monster Reborn, you can link away the kid and not use the effect, then Monster Reborn it, and then chain block with the Dodo. So it is just pretty much useful for that, as well as just late game recovery if you see it later on. We do have 1 copy of Prank Kids Pranks. This is something that I've been considering bumping up to 2, but unfortunately I just don't have the room. This is already a 42 card deck, so it is a little bit tight. Then we have 2 copies of Polymerization. This is a card that also could be run at 3, but it is just very tight, not enough room, so I think 2 is fine. Maybe run 3 if you're running cards like Pot of Desires, just so that you don't banish them all, but I think 2 is okay. Then we have 3 copies of Prank Kids Pandemonium. This is obviously just the better fusion card for you. It's searchable, it's a quick play, it's what let you make the Butler on your opponent's turn. Then we have 3 copies of Prank Kids Place. This is essentially just another copy of any of your kids. So instead of playing 3 of 4 kids, I'm essentially playing 3 of 5 kids because this just turns into any one of them. The other effect can let you chain block as well, not as much on turn 1 if you're looking to do the effect with links, but you can still use it to chain block. Then we have 3 triple tactics talent. Because this deck is just so absolutely destroyed by hand traps, you need something to at least continue letting you play, either being the draw or being able to rip another card out of your opponent's hand, because if they stop you but they're only starting on 3 cards, then depending on what you rip, it could just be, absolutely insane. And the last cards are another hand trap, technically, 3 infinite impermanence. Because this deck is just full of 1-card combos, having as many cards as you can to just stop your opponent is honestly insane. It's part of what makes this deck so good, so let's go ahead and move on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we are running 3 Prank Kids fusions in Rocket Ride, Weather Washer, and Battle Butler. These are just pretty much one-ofs. You don't need more than one of any of these. You can recycle them all with your pranks, as well as just by adding them back with cards like Dodo-Doodle-Doo. You could get away with playing 2 Battle Butler, but mostly if you're just playing the Predaplant version where you're playing the Thunder Dragon fusion, since it is a Thunder, but I don't think that you need to play 2 unless you're playing that engine. Moving on to the XYZs, we have 1 Totally Awesome and 1 Abyss Dweller. These are really all that you need. The Toad can be made off of the Dropsies, and the Abyss Dweller can be made either off 2 Roxies or the easier way with the Parallel Exceed. Just really good generic toolbox XYZs for you to use. We have 3 copies of Meow-Meow-Mu. Shouldn't need an explanation, it's what allows you to do your 1-card combo. Without this, the deck would not be a top contender. We do play 1 copy of Bow Wow Bark. It's very important starting your game, but you don't really need it later on, so you don't need more copies of it. If you ever need to make it again, it's very easily recyclable, so it's not necessary to play more than 1. Now, we really should be playing 3 of this, but I only own 2, so it is Dodo-Doodle-Doo. You can get away with 2. 3 is definitely the better number, but if you're like me and you only have 2, the 3rd one you can easily just play as a Rip-Roarin' Roaster, but again, this should definitely be the 3rd Dodo. Then, just for the utility, we have Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn. These are just easy ways to link things off and get rid of spell traps or whatever you need to with Unicorn. It also helps you get out of certain things like Contact C, depending on the situation. And for the 15th card, I'm actually going to give you guys a choice. What I play is actually the Access Code Talker, but I know that this is an expensive card. We are getting a reprint in the Megatins, I believe. But if this is out of your price range or you just prefer something a little different, you can use Borrelsword Dragon instead. Both of these are really just pushing for OTKs or pushing for game in general. Access Code is kind of just insane because of the sheer number of different attribute links that you play, but if it's not within your price range, you can easily get away with Borrelsword. And there you guys have it, just a super quick, short, to-the-point deck profile for Prank Kids. This is what I think is probably the best build. It's very similar to the one that Pack used when he won the YCS, but tweaked a little bit because he did say that some of the cards he played were due to his lack of other cards. But I definitely think this deck is good, so hopefully if you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and if you want to see the side deck for this deck, make sure to consider backing me on Patreon. I will be posting the side deck there for my lowest tier, so it will only cost you $1, and I would definitely appreciate it. It would help me continue to bring you guys this amazing content. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.